Alright folks, well today it's apparent we've got ourselves a problem. This mixing valve on the shower has been leaking on and off for months, if not years, since we've owned the place. And we've always been able to make it stop just by, kind of giving a little wiggle or punching the thing in or pulling it back out or something, but not anymore. It's been getting steadily worse for the last about week. And this morning my wife took a shower and she said, that's it, it's all over. So I can't get it to stop anymore. So it's leaking pretty bad. So we're going to try to get in here and see if we can fix and replace it today. So I've already gotten started. Luckily on the back side of this wall it's drywall. So I've already gotten started. I cut the drywall open. And you can see exposed, here's our mixing valve. It's nice and warm because apparently it's leaking hot water through. Possibly also cold water, but definitely leaking through hot water. But it's copper. And I hate copper. I'm not the best at sweating copper, and I still haven't found a single person that can explain to me why the heck you use copper versus PVC or PEX or anything else. So anyway, it's just my kind of personal opinion. I hate copper, but we're gonna get in here and try to unsolder these joints. Hopefully, I can get them all unsoldered, taken apart, and pull this mixing valve out, and then we'll go pick up a new one and replace it. So that's it for now. Let me get it tried. Multi-purpose torch here, which I actually originally, I bought it to solder a fitting outside on a garden hose fitting, but it also works quite well for lighting my bee smoker, since it puts out a nice, I don't know, something like 1,000-degree flame, gets that wood lit up pretty quick, so I can have good smoke fuel. Anyway, I've got them all unsoldered. You can see there's the old rotted out fitting, and again, I don't know what's wrong with it internally. I think it's just some O-rings that are leaking by, but it's not going to hurt anything to upgrade it a little bit. Here's inside the wall where it was. So you have, this was cold supply coming in, hot supply coming in, this drops down to the bathtub drain, and this goes up to the shower head. That's all very hot because I just was working on it, and you can see the inside of the wall is a little charred, which it's another one of those arguments that I never understood with soldering pipe, which I guess a lot of it's supposed to be done on the original construction of the house before there's drywall and stuff like that up, but then when you come back to do any work afterwards, if you ever have to, I always feel like I would just burn the house down. So I've charred quite a bit of stuff in there. I don't see any smoldering coals anymore. I don't see any more smoke. I mean, obviously all this is drywall, so it's not going to burn. The paper on it will burn, but I think it's all burnt out. I might go get a little spray bottle of water and just soak it all down real good, just be safe before. I don't want to take off and run to the store and come back and find a fire out of control. That'd be pretty scary. I would not be happy. So anyway, that's it for now. I'm going to get these fittings cleaned up and polished up so that I can put them back together. I've got all the threaded fittings on there have to come off so I can put them on the new valve. And I kind of crimped this piece of pipe. I was holding it with the pliers and I got a little too aggressive and crimped it. I might reach down inside the wall and take that fitting loose there and then go ahead and replace this piece of pipe right here, because I don't like the thought of having crimped it. For all I know, I poked a little pinhole in it or something, so I'll probably go ahead and just replace it while I'm in here. But everything else seems to be holding up, seems to be working, I guess, for right now. So I'm going to do some polishing up work and then run to the store and grab more of the tools I'm using here. I've got, this is the cleaning brush. So it's got a 1/2 inch brush here and 3/4 inch brush. This is for cleaning the outside of the male fittings. And then you've got a 3/4 inch brush here and a 3.5 inch brush here for cleaning the inside of the female fittings. So I've used that already to go ahead and polish up the fittings that I had. You can see I've got my fittings laid out here on the floor. That was the one that went up to the shower. That's the one that went, that's the hot supply, that's the cold supply, and the one for the drain down to the tub is still stuck, and I'm going to go put this in the vise to get it broke out. And then of course I've just got my flux here, which is to help you, it helps make your solder activate. And then I've got my actual solder here. So this is going to be actually only the second time that I've sweated pipe on my own. So hopefully it all goes well, especially since this is in the house. The first time I did it was outside, so I didn't really care if it leaked a little bit. But this is going to be inside the house, so I've got to make sure I get this one right. So I'm going to go get that piece broke out, and then I've got to go to the store and buy the new one. Well, it's been a complete pain in the backside, but I got the new one put in place. I had the old mixing valve had female fittings. So I was like, oh, I'll just reuse the original and comfortably say that it's done. I just had made the last bit of the video thinking, had it all soldered up, thought it was all good to go, was fixing to pressure test it. Oh, and then I went through some headaches, a couple of issues with the bathtub spigot that I don't care to discuss, stupid mistakes that I made, but I figured it out. But in messing with the bathtub spigot, I broke loose one fitting, and that was this fitting here. Now this is said to be, it's said that it is to be used with copper pipe, but from what I can gather, this is a brass fitting, brass or some sort of alloy, and I had a heck of a time trying to get it to stick. I just couldn't get it to bond no matter what. It's a lot denser, and so I put a lot more heat on it trying to get it heated up, and I just about had it the second time, but it was still dripping real slow, so finally I said the heck with it and took it out, and really I didn't even need it because you can see I put a nipple on there anyway, or an adapter, so I had a slip elbow anyway, so there was no sense in me even using this piece. I finally just went back to Home Depot and I just bought a straight 90-degree elbow, which I've mounted down. Y'all can't see, but it's just down right inside there where it turns and goes through the wall into the shower. So anyway, these little fittings, you have to use it if you're going to use a threaded on pipe like this for your bathtub spigot. Some of them still thread on, but the one I bought actually had an option to slip over copper pipe with an O-ring, and it just has a set screw to hold it in place, so that's what I got. I liked it a lot better. It's a lot faster and easier instead of having to thread it on and trying to get your threads lined up just right and all that other nonsense. So anyway, it's about 10:30 at night. I'm finally done. This took me way longer than it should have, but you know what? For only the second time ever sweating copper in my life on my own, or the third time ever doing it. I'm 25 years old now, and the first time I did it was when I was about 16 in high school, and then I didn't do it again for 8 years, so, not doing too bad. Courtesy of YouTube teaching me how to, so I figured I'll put this up and share it with y'all as well, try to give back to the YouTube community. Hopefully somebody else will learn from my mistakes and not repeat the same. That's it.